So I'm
Number
ready.
6. What do you wish most for your children?
You know what? Like that one there doesn't do too much for me. But I can understand everyone's mileage is going to be different there.
And for me, I think a litmus test for the children is if it's not completely clear to you what that answer could be, it's something to reflect on as well.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, I know, like, from conversations we've had in the past, my answer here, it's not that you disagree with it. I know you don't. But I know, in regards to society, it would be a contrasting view. In the sense that, to me, they're no different than any other person. I mean, yeah, okay, we've been fortunate to be born where we are, so there's different opportunities available. But I don't believe in nepotism. You know, and that's what, for me, this type of question is about nepotism, not about wanting a better world. And when the problem is when people talk about a better world, at what sacrifice to somebody else's world?
Yeah, absolutely.
Um,
Who are you going to sacrifice on the altar of freedom, as they say?
yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know where I'm coming from with the nepotism take on this?
Not 100%.
Sorry, not?
No.
So what I mean here is, what do you wish most for your children, not all children? So you want your children ultimately to have something that others don't. Right? So favor your blood.
Yep. Yes.
I mean, of course I don't want my children to be homeless, but like in the end, I go, we're born on this planet, but we don't inherit the planet. So there's nothing that they are implicitly deserving of other than my love.
Yeah.
And I don't want them to experience homelessness, but if that comes their way because of their choices, again, like I can't hold myself accountable. I can guide them as much as I can.
What you're saying is very powerful, and I'm going to flip it on the other side because people can misinterpret the more extreme example. But what you're basically telling your kids is, it's your opportunity to shape how you want your experience to be in this world, and recognize that you're very lucky to be here. Life on this planet's a rare thing, and you've come into a circumstance that you're also very lucky.
Yeah,
You're not owed to be the billionaire, the Elon Musk, but doesn't also mean that you can't pursue something altruistic in recognition of your place on this planet.
Yeah,
absolutely. I wish more people thought that way rather than, that, somewhat antiquated view that I need my child to rise above the rest to validate the family and the bloodline. I think is a very powerful statement, what you're saying.
Yeah.
Complex, but powerful.
I do, like, sitting with this question now, I wonder, like, who's it for? The previous question was, when were you most proud of what moment were you most proud of Dad? What moment were you most proud of me, the child? Right, that's very specific. This one here is saying, Dad, what do you wish most for me? And this is from that lens now, what I'm recognizing here is this is almost like a trauma release for the parent, because what's going to come out of here is this is where you are and this is a gap, right? Because I wish that you filled this gap. And I just think there's a lot of people that aren't going to be able to handle that answer, because a lot of people, whether it's correctly or incorrectly, or maybe I'm projecting, but they'll take it as, well, I'm not good enough.
Yeah, it's very easy to revert to that. Absolutely.
Yeah. So I'm kind of curious why this question is here. That's the negative take. I guess the happy take on this is, son, daughter, what I wish for you is to have a happy, fulfilled life, to be able to have followed your dreams, not have to have paid my parents' mortgage and cultural debt. I want you to have a free life without handcuffs. Maybe that's the expected response. But I can see this also going, well, when you're a kid, you wanted to be an astronaut, and then you realised things were too hard, so you settled down on being a proctologist.
And only earn 300K a year.
You know, what I wish is that you followed your dreams. You didn't settle down with, you know, with that girl that you had a kid with at 16. You never moved on with your life from there.
Yeah, I mean, it's weird because one's at the philosophical level, one's at the cold, hard reality level where we actually operate. And how do you blend the two to drive that direction? I don't know. It's tough.
I reckon out of all the questions is the one I'd like to least ask. I think this one's got the most potential pain. The other ones have got potential trauma bonding, but this one's actually potentially trauma increasing.
Yeah, because no, I agree with 100% what you said. Like, this is where it's going to come out as, oh, so I wasn't good enough for you.
Yeah.
I didn't live your vision of life,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
And like you said, because we want the superficial answer, which is you followed your dreams. But then on the other hand, you're saying, oh, but not your dreams. I think it's just,
Yeah.
put in the too hard basket.
Yeah. All right. So do we go 5 out of 6? 5 out of 6 are good.
5 out of 6 are good, yeah.
For me, it's 4 because the value question is not a bad question. I can understand why you're saying it's better than what I'm accustomed to. It's just I've just been beaten to death so badly with families. The answer to what are your values?
Yeah. Oh, I guess I can relate to some elements of it personally. Yeah.
If it's not family, then it's caring. All right, you ready?
Yeah.
And finally, of course, number 7. What is the most important family tradition we should always keep?
That's probably the only one I can answer straight away. And I think you probably know what that is for us in my family.
Yeah. That's a recent one, eh? If I'm understanding correct. Yeah. This one. I don't know where I sit with this one because in both the way that I was raised, both my parents immigrated into the country and we didn't have any extended family. And so there was very, very few family traditions. And whatever traditions my parents decided to keep, it was optional for me. So I didn't really grow up with family traditions. And right now I'd say that for our kids, we don't have many. I mean, we keep like Christmas, but the commercial version of Christmas, not the story of Christ.
Yeah, look, that's my experience as well. And, you know, when we upheld the tradition as kids for my parents, it didn't resonate with us emotionally. It was like, oh, we're going to do this on a Sunday or whatever it is. We didn't understand because we're like 7 or 8 or 9. I've only really connected with it now, given I know the significance of it.
Yeah.
And it's probably the only one we really have. Like you said, you know, Christmas is commercial. Birthdays are fun, but, you know, it's nothing family specific, you know.
Yeah. What I'll say here is I've thought about when the kids are older, how do we stay connected? And I have thought about the idea of some sort of regular meal as a family tradition. So like, I'm not against this question.
I think in your case, you know, and already I can see some wonderful moves and things you already do. It's staying connected, spiritual and emotionally. You know, whether it's, you know, your son coming to talk to you, you know, it doesn't necessarily need to take the form of a dinner or some sort of ceremonial event.
Yeah, it's the connection piece.
But and in, you know, in 1 year it could be a joint family holiday where, you know, there's one last hurrah internationally where everyone, you know, the kids are still single and they want to go with you and mum somewhere. Or, you know, in 10, 15 years' time when they've got their partners, they want to bring the grandkids along with yourselves to Bali. You know, you can take anything, but the foundation is that connection.
Yeah.
And that's probably where you'll talk about some of these questions around, hey, how are you finding life with the kids and all these kind of things, you know?
Yeah.
Or just those everyday moments.
I would genuinely introduces a tradition, extending on that, these 7 questions once a year or as regular, I think they lose significance if you do it too often.
Yeah.
Both ways. It's not just my kids asking me, it's both ways. And mum as well.
It's a wonderful tradition to set up.
And like you said, it's not about doing it at a meal. The meal's you just need an enabler, whether it's meal, holiday, whatever.
Exactly.
Yeah. Wow. Well, we've reached the end of the roller coaster.
Oh, very powerful ending. Very
Yeah.
powerful ending. Emotionally draining, but powerful in a good way.
And
Very cathartic.
it's perfect timing for us because we've got a reservation in 35 minutes. So we've got,
Oh wow, we've actually gone to 5 to 5.
yeah, we've got to leave. So, yeah.
Well done. Fantastic.